Hi, this is Phil here with Hikeslam. I'm out hiking on the Appalachian Trail section in Virginia. My wife and I recently drove across the country and we moved to Virginia. I haven't been on this section of the trail in almost exactly 10 years. It was summer of 2011, now it's 2021. So this is kind of a cool experience for me to just see what I remember. It was funny, this was one of the days when I was hiking. I was trying to meet my brother at the road. So I did 27 miles in a single day. So a lot of this I don't remember because I was going as fast as I possibly could, which sometimes you have to do or sometimes you want to do, but it's nice to come back to be able to take my time and appreciate it, because this is a truly beautiful section of the trail. This time of year, early September, it's a little warm right now, but this is really cool. There's a little creek that runs along it. I know there's a shelter up here in maybe about a half mile, but the day is perfect. There's barely anyone out here. Once you get away from the train tracks down by the river, it's super quiet. Looks like it's gonna be a great day out here. One thing I might want to do today is check out the Matts Creek Trail, which intersects the Appalachian Trail. I remember the name of it because there's the Matts Creek Shelter, and there's a small creek. This must be Matts Creek right here. Flows next to the trail, but let's see what we can find and just enjoy the hike. Now I do remember the day I first hiked this section of the trail when I was trying to make it to the road to meet my brother. And I did do one of my biggest days, and there were some significant climbs and descents that day, but this part today has been pretty nice. Not a lot of rocks, relatively flat. So I could see how I would do this part pretty quickly. Motivated by food, by getting to town to take a shower. I bet I was practically running. It's late summer, so you can still hear the crickets and mosquitoes, and it's still very green out here, still pretty warm. The humidity's broken in the last week, but I'm looking forward to fall when the leaves start changing. It gets cooler at night out here. Come out, camp, have a fire. I know, it's really exciting. This trail's pretty close to where my new house is, so I'm sure I'll be spending a lot of time out here. Okay, just got to the sign. Shelter is 1/8 of a mile that way. Matts Creek Trail to 501 goes that way. I think it's about 1.5 mile trail. I'm gonna check out the shelter first and see if anybody's there and just see what's going on down there. All right, we're coming up to the shelter now. Let's see if anybody's there. It's a little late in the season for thru hikers, but I mean, people could just be camping out here for the weekend, taking a rest. Let's check it out. Bench here. Looks like somebody has some kindling here, just some sticks. Nice big fire pit. Somebody's got some garbage in here. Looks like someone's cooking chicken patties out here. That's weird. Okay, this is the shelter here. Let's check out the inside. Pretty clean in here. Oh, there's a shopping bag there. What's that? It's like a Carhartt jacket or something. Somebody might have left it behind, or I don't know. I'm not going to touch it. Who knows why it was left here, right? And up here, leave no trace. Good idea. I'll pack out that garbage when I leave. Here's the trail log. Shelter log, rather. Pretty cool. People write in when they come to the shelter, the dates, trail names. Pretty cool. It's a nice shelter area. There's some really nice camp spots there. I never spent too much time in the shelters. Usually I'd set up camp close to it. The creek is right there, just steps away. So up here, it's not flowing as hard as it was down below. No, it's still going. It's pretty cool. And there's your water source right there. Still want to treat it, of course, but nice to have it so close to where the shelter is and the campsites are. Very cool. Yeah, I'm sure I'll definitely be back to camp there because it's so convenient, close. I get here about 20-25 minutes, which is great. Now I'm going to go up and, oh, that's a cool shot. You can see the shelter behind me. I'm going to go up and check out the Matt's Creek Trail. So I know it's only 1.5 miles long about, but it's not on my All Trails app, which is kind of interesting. So I'm going to go see what it's all about. Looks like it climbs up to the top of this hill. And yeah, let's go exploring. Let's check it out. Leading to the Matt's Creek Trail. So here's the sign here. And we're just gonna head up the hill and see what we can find. All right, let's check this trail out. It doesn't look as well maintained as the main trail down here, but I'm not surprised. But yeah, let's see what's up here. Trying to avoid any poison ivy I see on the sides. It'd be cool if there was some secluded camp spot up here or something, just a little bit out of the way. I mean, no one was at the one down by the shelter, but still, it'd be nice to have one just kind of more off the beaten trail there. One way I can tell no one's been down this trail today, or at least in the last few hours, there are spider webs every 3 feet. So that's part of the reason I'm recording like this. The camera can help break the spider webs as I hike. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm kind of getting up on the hill here. Maybe there'll be a view, hopefully a campsite. Let's keep on going. Sometimes when the spider webs are really intense and there's a lot of them, or if you're the first one out in the morning and you just run into spider webs all over the place, you can pick up a stick or use your trekking poles or something, just kind of wave it in front of you. Call it the abracadabra technique. So as you're walking along, waving the stick like you're casting a spell, keep the spider webs out of your face. It doesn't always work, but it definitely helps, I think. So I'm just gonna kind of go along. Didn't get that one. Ugh. But maybe it helps. This trail has been really cool so far. There's some slow switchbacks. Getting up on this hill, like I said, a little breeze. There's been a big section with these moss-covered rocks. It almost looks like a path someone laid out, landscaping to make it look that way. It's pretty cool. And I think I'm switching my technique from abracadabra to the torch, where I just hold it in front of me. I got a bigger stick, pretend like medieval times going through dark night or something. Just hold the stick in front. Seems to be doing a better job of breaking the spider webs, but I'll report back. I'm starting to get a peek of a view there through the trees. Sure, in a couple weeks you'll get a lot better view once all the leaves have come down off the trees. Just came across this leaf suspended in midair. I told you the spider webs were thick out here. I was thinking about taking my sunglasses off because it's definitely not sunny in here, but keeps the webs out of my eyes. Dang. Oh, man, that was a big one. The fun never stops here on Hikeslam. Man, hanging off my hat. I can hear some cars in the distance, so I know close to where the trail meets the road on the other side. I'm gonna keep going until I can at least see it. Wow, I know I've said it a couple times, but the spider webs, man, as you know, I've done a lot of long distance hiking. I think this is the most spider webs I've ever come across. And maybe it's because no one's hiked this little side trail in weeks, because it's just a little mile and a half, kind of going from the Appalachian Trail out to the road out there. But yeah, those spider webs are crazy. So hopefully on the way back I won't have to deal with as many of the webs, because I broke most of them. They're in my hair and on my hat and in my sunglasses and in my mouth. But man, they build them back quick. So I'm sure I'll still run into a few. All right, let's keep going and see what's at the end of this trail. All right, kind of a cool part. Not a lot of underbrush, kind of in the shadows here. It's nice to be out on a trail without anybody around, you know? You can kind of just explore and take your time, see what you see. All right, we're right toward the end of the trail. The road just a couple hundred feet that way. There's definitely a camp spot here. Could be used, it's pretty nice. Over here it's flat. And speaking of spider webs, holy crap. Look at that, it's like a funnel. Woo! Crazy. I bet the spider that makes that's the size of a dog. Yikes! All right, I'm headed back now on the Matts Creek Trail to the Appalachian Trail. I've never dealt with so many spider webs in my entire life. That was crazy. And any of you who think I'm exaggerating, I guarantee you I am not. That was like I was covered in a cocoon of silly string, just tangled in a tuna net for an hour. It was ridiculous. So I can't wait to get home and take a shower, do a tick check. Very important. This trail was kind of narrow in a lot of sections and, you know, rubbing up against grass and underbrush and stuff, so I want to get that done. But man, wow, it's always an adventure out in the woods. And any of you who hike the Matts Creek Trail, you need to thank Hikeslam, thank Smooth for breaking through these spider webs for you, because I think I may be the first person to hike this trail in like 5 or 10 years or something. Some of those webs were crazy. There was just a section where they were, oh my gosh, it was out of control. I almost didn't get to the end, but see what I do for you? This is a really narrow section here. There's no briars, doesn't look like a lot of poison ivy, but gotta make sure you do that tick check when you get back. That's the last thing you want. So yeah, always check for ticks, especially if you're in shorts and going through stuff like this. Never hurts, only takes a minute. So I just got home after that hike, and here's what I'm having for dinner. Lasagna. See you next time. And here's Morty. Right, Morty?